From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Just about set for football. Blake Grupe is ready to get us started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. On play action, it's Mahomes. On the move to his left. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Tanoh Kpassagnon able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll get this out to his running back, Perine. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go, set.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Ready?
To the Ayers Rattler. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Rattler wants to throw it. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Ready.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Strike 2.
They'll go. Here's Rattler. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Rattler. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing once more, here's Rattler. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Juwan Johnson from 13 yards out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He finds Pirine out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That's into the hands of Worthy. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He'll get this complete to Worthy. 7 yards there and a first down. Mahomes going to throw. And dropping it off underneath, here's Pirine. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Yellow.
A quick throw going to be caught by Worthy. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Butker on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Here's Rattler. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be the...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Let's go now. 12, 10.
Now Rattler. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Rattler working out of the gun. Finding Taysom Hill complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So big play there.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Now it's Mahomes again. He'll drop it off to Pirine, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really jump.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Isaiah Foskey brings him down.
It's 4th down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw for it here. That's to his running back, complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
But right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yellow. Right side.
A quick pass out to Juju. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Right side.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt.
And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Right side.
Caught, Kelsey, left side.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
Right side.
Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Mahomes. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Ready.
Kamara up the middle. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Here's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
They run it again with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down.
Come on, set.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. How about the call to come with a blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense. Say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
So 4 quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Pass taken in by P-Line.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
That's caught right side by Worthy.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Opening drive of overtime and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up.
Mahomes to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown!
A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Here we go, set.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Rattler. He's got Johnson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Zone coverage here defensively. They're going to let their tight end run a drag across the field. This is where a linebacker gets forced to pass him off. That time, the receiver gets lost a little bit, and he's able to make the catch and pick up good yardage and a first down.
To the air is Rattler.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it.
And the Chiefs will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So it's a win for the Chiefs here. And no surprise, it was Patrick Mahomes who really led the charge.
Yeah, you had to like what you saw. He was up.
From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Rattler wants to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Inside handoff now, Miller. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Rattler. Being chased out left. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Kamara will score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Blake Grupe now for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so he wisely just gets rid of it.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do finally get him at the 12. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Mahomes going to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. No gain on the play. And it'll be second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So the completion gets them just a yard, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says we're going for it on 4th down. They get this out quickly to the left side.
And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not.
The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Completes it to Austin. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Rattler. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
It's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
11 more on that one and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
That's complete, left side to Worthy.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Xavier Worthy.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Now Rattler.
Here's Johnson with a reception. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Rattler working out of the gun.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Rattler going to look to throw again.
And going deep for Hill. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 61 yards.
And the Saints will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right.
He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. final shot before the half from Mahomes. Steps away. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. And again, it's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And now the common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy once again.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, the game lagged. I don't know how it lagged for him to get that first down. It lagged for him to get the first down on. That's how he got all the way to the touchdown.
By land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far.
We'll let him have it, though. We don't like that, though.
That actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
Powering his way forward.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Kamara try the right side.
Down to about the 45.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Let's go. Wide open.
To the air is Rattler.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage and they can get on top of you in a heartbeat.
Rattler wants to throw it. Steps away to his left. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go. Here's Rattler. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. A point after, good by Groupie. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. It's Perine to begin the drive. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
But hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. Now Mahomes got to have this one. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
He finds Perine out of the backfield. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. This crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Well, Charles, there's a couple of things at play here. I don't understand why you don't just kick the PAT to tie it this late in the fourth. If you are going to go for it, though, why the fake kick from the 15?
No explanation that I have will make any type of sense. You're exactly right. Kick the extra point, have a tie game, and see what happens down the stretch. But if you're going to go for it, as you said, I want my offense out there. And I like my chances from the 2-yard line, not faking it from the 15.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the run to seal a victory for him.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Jake Elliott is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from New Orleans. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Set.
They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. He cuts it to the right sideline. They get 35 out of that one. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask... mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. Escapes the pocket. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough.
Quit the game already, man. Quit the game. You should already have your people adjusted in, man. What? Pause twice.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Here we go, set. Cut.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Offense up to the line fast. From the 16. He's on the move. He's keeping it. He loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but the first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
Man, such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out. He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. He's looking for Dallas Goedert there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Throwing from near his own goal line. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that 3rd down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic. Not just knock that ball away,
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. On the return, Britton Covey. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. First down, a run with Barkley. He still has room inside the 30. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get it down to a single point. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running behind center with Kamara. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Zach Bond with the tackle. 2nd and 10 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing from the gun here. This one's taken in by Hill. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They'll be facing 4th down. They're going for this. He finds Johnson. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 45 on 2nd down. Rolling left, buying some time. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Running for it, Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down. You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
They send a receiver in motion right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense.
I don't know what y'all thinking, but this ain't college football, man. All that jet sweep and all that, you're gonna have to run some real plays on me.
Touchdowns going the other way.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
On first down, Hurts. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Into traffic, complete. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. They're left with 4th down here. Hurts throwing again. They connect for the first. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Willie Gay with the pick. And the Saints get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
They did it right back. That's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Flush down out to his left. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. Covey now to return this. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. The rookie out of Alabama, they're on the tackle.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
straight ahead. Here's Barkley. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down. Back to throw. Hurts. That's caught for the first. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First down throwing for Hurts. This one finds Goddard. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
First down, ball at the 36. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Pushing for the red zone. Oh, he trucked that defense. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the code for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
97, let's go. Ready?
Here's a give to Kamara. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 38. He's got Shaheed. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here we go. Quick, yellow, ready.
Kamara gets it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Working quickly here. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. So we're through 3 here. It's the Saints' ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Ready.
Handoff headed right. Kamara. Dukes out a one-stop. There's some fancy footwork there for the touchdown. The Saints come through to tie it in the 4th. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop. Because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
And he comes through on the kick to give him the lead here in the fourth quarter. Here's Groupion now to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Hurts now from the gun. Forced out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
He's back to throw. Chased out to his right. Gets out of trouble. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Getting out to his left. Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. Alontae Taylor has it. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Here's 2nd and 5. Escapes out to the left. Now here he goes. He slides down with enough to pick up that first. That one gains 7. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints holding just a 1-point advantage. First and 10 now from the 30. They give to Kamara, left side. And he'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They give on 2nd to Kamara. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
A touchdown will put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. They'll run with Kamara. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. They've got to keep moving quick here. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the pressure drives them backwards.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the fourth quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
So it's a win for the Saints. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And we're off and running from Western New York. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Not much on the return. Should have kept that one in the end zone as the tackle's made at the 15-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Black one. Check white. Ready?
They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Set hut. Blue check. Check pink. Smith red. Ready?
They'll run the toss for Williams. It's a pickup of 11. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Sharp. 17. Yellow. Line. Switch. Yellow.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Here we go. Here we go. Set, run.
This time it's a passing play. Gets everything he has under this throw. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. It gets second down. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Right.
Second and 10 now. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Blake Grupe to try the extra point. And he misses on the extra point, so a good start for their offense, but not for him kicking it. Score stays at 6-0. So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Ty Johnson now to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Play action now. Allen. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down. Allen on the play action. Buying some time left. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down of the game for James Cook. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Another one for Cook. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on third down. Allen setting up play action. This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with first and goal. Now Allen off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills tie it up late in the first. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Knock this through, and they'll take a lead into the break. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills literally won up that opening touchdown drive, as they take a 7-6 lead here. Bass now to kick this away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. Not much on the return. Should have kept that one in the end zone as the tackle's made at the 15-yard line. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Let's go. Hut, hut.
Running right, it's Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football.
Here we go.
They have second and pretty long here. Rattler setting to throw. He beams one deep right side. Big gain downfield. The 40. At the 20. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect.
Oh, what an effort to bring in that short throw. He lays out and gets it. Wow, that gets him the 2 points. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Regular. What's that?
1st down throw for Allen. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Willie Gay with the pick. And the Saints get the football back across midfield before going down inside the 45-yard line on the return.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
Let's go now. Smash, red. Hut.
Throwing is Rattler. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Set. Ready.
From the gun, a give to Miller. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. Offense in the hurry-up here. Throw on 3rd down. He's on the move. He finds Johnson. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
Down.
A run now with Kamara.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. And it's the Saints in a nice spot, 2nd and inches.
On the set. Set, ready.
From the 21. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And he takes this down to the 10 before hitting the sideline. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, Instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
All right, set now. 1st and 10.
10. 43 rail. 6. Mega. Check, huh?
Working inside the red zone. Buys time, rolling right. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Faster.
Offense up to the line fast.
52 Bradford. Good, 52. Opposite. Green. Set.
Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Ready?
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On 4th down, out comes the Saints field goal team and Blake Grupe. They're going to mark this as a 24-yarder. And he missed it. It's no good. And it stays a 1-possession game at 7 points.
Goal to go, and to come away with nothing. Zip, zilch, nothing. It's not all on him for missing the kick. He could shoulder the blame with the 11 other guys who couldn't find the end zone on 1st, 2nd, or even 3rd and goal.
Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. Allen now on 1st down. Rolling left, buying some time. Now he fires it deep down the near sideline. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Ready?
Now Rattler. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to be out right along the 25. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
Three. Here we go.
Looking to throw. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. Amari Cooper. And he takes it into the end zone.
I should know he throwing the same dumb play.
The Bills cut into the lead coming out of halftime.
It's a dumb play. Everybody throw it.
Punch it in in for 6.
Everybody throw that same play. I pick that off again, boy. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me, man. You don't have to change up your play. You think you finna do the same play. That ain't finna happen. Better change it up.
Gonna see how and if this comes into play later in the second half.
I ain't ranked 100,000. I'm ranked in the top 100. So it ain't.
He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks
right.
this away. He's going to
See the
return it
scope.
from a yard or two deep. Oh, he lost it on the hit. And they steal it back on the return. Before he can really break that return, they're on him to force the fumble and take away possession.
When you get that fumble inside the 20, it means one thing, Kate. Those guys were running with hair on fire. In fact, if you watch a lot of these special teams and kickoff units, you will see them running down the field on touchbacks. It's almost like they're sprinting to the finish line. They sprinted, and they took the ball away to boot.
Second down now, 7 to go. Play action now with Allen. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as a QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Amendola able to put it through. And they've taken back the lead.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
17. Let's go. Ready.
Rattler to the air now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Christian Benford has it. And the Bills have it down near the opposing 40 after the return is stopped. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up. Back to the air. Allen vacates quickly left side. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Again, it's Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills parlay the interception into points. It's a James Cook touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed put 6 on the board for the offense.
Bass now to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return.
Okay, ready?
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Field flat. Here we go.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, and completions follow.
Ready, ready. Hut, hut.
Here's Rattler. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
3rd and long for him here. He's trying to go deep again. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Here's the snap on 4th. He's trying another one deep. He's got it deep downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Yellow. Red, yellow, white, white. Hut, hut.
They are throwing it again. Connects with Johnson. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Red, cycle. Down.
Still sticking with the passing game. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books.
On the ready.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Green gap. Set, ready, ready.
Throwing it again here. Flush down out to his left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
And cycle.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Smash, red. Hut.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This finds Austin complete. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Black Ultra.
Rattler back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
So here are the Saints facing a consequential 2-point attempt.
Come on, set. Set, hut.
He's throwing for it. Getting out to his left. And he gets into the end zone. That lead is now whittled down to a single point. Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
And I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills clinging to a 1-point lead. Second down now, 7 to go. This is Cook on the handoff. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Buying some time right. On the run right. Throw. It's grabbed inside the 30. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills get some all-important insurance. Amari Cooper, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills grow their lead to 8. Bass now to kick this away. From his own end zone, here we go. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
6, 7. Here we go, set. Edo blue. Set.
He'll look to throw it. Escapes out to the left. He's running with it. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Setting up to pass. Escapes the pocket. Try and push it deep down. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Christian Benford has it. And the Bills make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense.
Oh, he lost the football. And they jump on top of it. Oh, a clutch recovery to clean up the mistake.